we get so focused on choosing the right capsule wardrobe or figuring out how to pack less toiletries that we overlook some of the boring yet fundamental essentials that could truly determine the fate of your overall travel experience. Today, I'm going to go over my top 10 boring travel essentials so you can make sure to add them to your next packing list. Let's go. Number 1, underwear. If you have ill-fitting underwear or bras, it can make for a miserable day of constantly adjusting and just being totally uncomfortable, which nobody wants. Also, I don't know about you, but I can get a little self-conscious if I feel like I'm walking around with prominent panty lines or bra bulges. That's why I was thrilled when I found these underwear by Voynix on Amazon. I think they're very similar to the popular Skims brand, but for a fraction of the price. They are so comfortable and absolutely show no lines. They do have a cotton gusset in the crotch area, so less of a potential to cause issues with your privates. And this may be TMI, but I was recently diagnosed with plaque psoriasis, and unfortunately one of my biggest problem spots is in the vajayjay area, and luckily these underwear don't aggravate those sensitive areas even further. Unfortunately, I have not found a magic bra yet. If you have some great suggestions, please let us all know in the comments below. My favorite right now is this Joy Spun t-shirt bra from Walmart, and it has a little hook on the back so you can convert it and wear it with your racer back or high neck tank tops, which if you've been here a while, you know I love a high neck tank top. Number 2 are compression socks. This one could just save your life. I did not know until recently that if you are on any type of hormone replacement or the pill, you have a higher percentage of getting a deep vein thrombosis, especially when you're flying. Unfortunately, sitting for long periods of time in very cramped spaces without moving your legs frequently, like on an airplane, can cause these DVTs. Because normally your leg muscles are contracting, which circulates the blood back to the heart. When you're not moving, especially with your knees bent, then your blood flow slows down, potentially pooling in one area and becoming a clot, which could then move to your heart or your brain, and that you don't want that to happen. So I now make sure that if I'm going to be in an airplane for over 4 to 6 hours, especially if I'm planning on sleeping on the plane, that I put on a good pair of compression socks. I've got them right here. These socks can prevent clotting they gradually apply pressure up the legs. So they move from the ankles up to the calves, making the blood flow up to the heart and preventing that pooling that I was talking about earlier. In addition to the socks, I do try to get up and use the bathroom a couple of times and do some small leg and foot exercises in my seat every once in a while. Number 3, compression packing cubes. I know, most of you either love them or you hate them. But if you've been here a while, you know that I am a huge fan of compression packing cubes. And I'd like to thank today's sponsor, Epicka, for sending me their brand new ultralight compression packing cubes to share with you today. You may be familiar with the Epicka brand from their highly rated travel adapters, and now they're expanding their travel gear offerings with these incredibly lightweight, waterproof, and tear-resistant packing cubes. The packing cubes have the double zipper system that you're familiar with most compression packing cubes. And that double zipper system allows you to compress the extra air out of the cube and will save you up to 60% more space when packing. And although saving space when you're packing is important, especially these days when we're all of us trying to get everything we need into one carry-on suitcase, The main reason I think compression packing cubes are a boring essential is for organization and cleanliness. When I travel, I typically just take the compression packing cube from the suitcase and put it directly into the drawer or closet, and then I just pull my clothes out of the compression cubes throughout my trip. And when we traveled this summer to Ireland and we were moving from place to place every few days, having things stored in the compression cubes made repacking a breeze. I also love to use the smaller compression packing cube to pack an extra set of clothes to have in my personal item bag on the airplane. And for a little travel hack here, you can use that packed cube as a pillow on the plane. You might want to bring a little pillowcase to put on it because the fabric is a little slippery. Right now, Epicka is offering my community a 30% off limited discount with my special code on their brand new ultra lightweight compression packing cube set of 4. This would make a fantastic Christmas gift for your favorite travelers. Thank you again to Epicka for sponsoring this part of the video. Number 4, motion sickness wristbands. Ever since one of you guys in the community suggested I try these out, motion sickness wristbands have gone on every trip with me, so thank you. They are an extremely small and inexpensive way to help prevent the misery of feeling nauseous when you're traveling. I have found as I get older that my motion sickness is just getting easier and easier to trigger, unfortunately. Not only do I have to take precautions when I go out on a boat, but if I'm gonna go be in a van or a bus for any length of time, especially on curvy and bumpy roads, I absolutely have to do something now. In the past, that would mean I have to take a Dramamine or at the night before or during the day. But with the wristbands, I've been able to keep the nausea away most of the time, even on a very, very rough ferry ride to the Aran Islands this summer. These wristbands worked fantastic. Number 5, wrinkle spray. This Downy wrinkle spray has to be one of the best inventions ever. I'm not someone who is generally all that concerned about whether my clothes are wrinkled or not. And honestly, most of the clothes I pack for travel are, pretty wrinkle resistant. But I do have a few favorite dresses and pairs of pants that, after being in a compression packing cube, can be a little bit wrinkled or quite a bit wrinkled. I'm not going to take up precious space in my carry-on suitcase to bring a clothes steamer with me, but a little bottle of Downy wrinkle spray does come with me. Then I can wear those favorite pieces without looking too terribly disheveled. But just a reminder, if you are packing carry-on only, the wrinkle spray does need to go in your liquids bag when you go through airport security. Number 6, laundry sheets. And while we're sort of talking about laundry products, I always travel with some of these laundry detergent sheets cut up. I am very allergic to most laundry detergents and softeners, and both my daughter and I have had unfortunate incidents using detergents when we've been traveling. So rather than having to lose like a couple of days of vacation to a Benadryl brain fog, I bring my own hypoallergenic laundry sheets. If you are packing carry-on only for a trip that's more than, say, 4 or 5 days, you're probably going to want to do some laundry, whether it's in your hotel sink or at some laundry facilities at your accommodation. Having your own detergent just makes it so much easier and, in my case, quite a bit safer. Number 7 are safety pins. See, I keep them attached to my toiletry bag. I feel like this one is self-explanatory because, like duct tape, there are so many things that a safety pin can fix. And even though it's been quite a while since I've actually had to use a safety pin when I've been traveling, I still bring about, as you can see, 4 or 5 different sizes with me on every trip. You just never know when a bra strap might just decide to break, or you might lose your zipper pull, or you might need a quick hem tuck. I mean, there are endless ways to use a safety pin. I'd love to hear any of your stories where a safety pin saved the day? Let us know in the comments below. I love hearing your stories. No, this is not a thing of Altoids. This is number 8. These are actually blister pads that I carry with me every day when I am traveling. I just put them in this little tiny case because it's easier to carry. I carry these even if I'm wearing shoes that I've had for a long time. I find if I'm walking on different types of ground than normal, like cobblestones, my shoes might rub in different places than usual. And then there's always the times that we think we've broken in our shoes. I mean, I've done that several times. And they still end up giving us hot spots or blisters. Just the other day, I was wearing my Birkenstocks that I've had for at least 5 years, but I haven't worn them in a while. And they gave me a blister like right here on my foot. Sorry, I know I'm barefoot. It might be gross to you. But they gave me a blister when I was just running around and doing errands. Plus, if you're traveling with a group and you're the only person with blister pads or moleskin, you will probably become the most popular person pretty quickly. Number 9, smooth move tee. Okay, I know not everyone has this problem when they travel. Many of you might actually have the opposite problem, but I found through the years that travel gives me a very shy colon. I'm sure this is in large part due to dehydration from air travel and just not as much of an opportunity to drink water when I'm out all day touring around. It's one of the reasons why I am so adamant about carrying a water bottle with me. So if I start to feel like things are getting a little stopped up while I'm traveling, I will make myself some smooth move tea to help move things along. It's very subtle and it doesn't cause an immediate response for me anyway. It just helps to get me back to being regular. And that way I can keep enjoying all of the new to me foods, which is one of my big joys of traveling, is all of the food. I just love trying new foods. But if the smooth tea doesn't work, then I bring number 10 as my backup plan, which is dried prunes. I want to eat a couple of those dried prunes to help get things moving. You will want to make sure that wherever you are traveling to does allow you to bring dried fruit. Most places do. It's generally the fresh fruits that are prohibited, but you still want to check and make sure. Luckily, I don't need to eat the prunes very often, but I am really happy to have them with me when I do need them, because that just can be miserable. Number 11 are reading glasses. If you know, you know. Back when I had LASIK surgery in my early 30s, the doctor warned me that I would eventually need reading glasses as my eyes aged. And sadly, they were right. Although I have been considering seeing someone about getting transitional contacts, I haven't quite gotten to the point of doing that yet. So I try to make sure I travel with at least 3 pairs of reading glasses, because we all know how easy they are to lose, even if they're on top of your head. I usually have my small foldable pair of reading glasses, plus 2 other pretty sturdy pairs like these. If I'm really thinking when I pack, I try to remember to bring 1 blue lens pair of reading glasses for me so that I can use for working and reading on my Kindle. I am trying to be kinder to my eyes. And if I'm going to a beach vacation, I bring reader sunglasses, mostly so, I can look at my phone when I'm trying to brag post on Instagram. Number 12 is this portable fan. For those of us who have bodies with malfunctioning temperature regulation, I like to bring this portable fan. And yes, I swear it really is a fan. This one is perfect to have on the plane, especially during that period of time when you first boarded the plane until the plane reaches altitude. That's when it feels like they have turned off all of the airflow in the plane and it gets super stuffy. It's also great to have if your travel partner that you're sharing a room with is a much colder person than you, meaning they stay cold and you stay hot, or there's very little airflow in your room. You can set this up right beside your bed for just a little bit of extra breeze. And I love that it's multifunctional and you can use the back as an additional portable charger too. Now, this is just a short list of of small items that can save your vacation, you'll find more tiny but powerful travel essentials in this video here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have safe and wonderful travels.